We ain't do a video in a while. So,
it's her fault.
No, what? This video is about because I was on Facebook and I had seen somebody write a status about being ghost. And I didn't know that this was a thing, that people actually really will just like stop talking to you for no reason. But I seen people that was actually in relationships where people just didn't come back, stop texting them, stop calling them, and then that was it, and it was no explanation. So yeah, we need to touch on the subject because I'm kind of confused. Like, is it? I feel like it's the maturity level. Like, I don't get that. How do you just stop talking to somebody?
Lack of knowing how to communicate.
Well, obviously, it's lack of knowing how to communicate. Like, I just did not think that this was a thing.
Scared to, I guess, scared of confrontation too.
But at that point, then why even try to be in a relationship? It just makes no sense.
Some people just scared of confrontation. Like, some people really just scared to, like, get to the point. And, like, you know how it's like the middleman when you in a relationship to where you got to deal with how they react. They just skip that part, like, okay, I'm going to just ghost you and just, like, you know, avoid all that. And then by the time they see you again and you confront them about it, it's like they're probably not even worried about it anymore.
Like, I feel like, okay, the ghosting thing that I just found out was a thing. I feel like if you was like,
wait, why did you feel like it was just becoming a thing? Like,
no, I didn't know it was a thing, period. That's what I'm saying. And so I read somebody's status and was like, have you ever been ghosted? And I'm reading the comments and I'm like, wow, people really do this all the time. Like, literally, I'll be talking to somebody for months on end and just like, just dead wrong, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop texting them, stop replying, just stop. And it's like, this is a thing? Like, people do this? Now, my thing that surprised me was the person that was like, oh, I was in a relationship and we was living together and the person just left and to like just disappear into the wind. And it's like, who does that? Like, that's like me and you, we just living together and then we going half on everything, bills and then you just leave me to be here by myself. Like, what the hell? At that point, I don't even want an explanation when I see you again. I might beat you the hell up. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well,
that makes no sense. Now, I understand if you do. Now, like, okay, say how, like, before we got into our relationship, you know, we talked to different people. But my thing was, when me and you, like, made it official, and if somebody ever did, I didn't just ghost them. I let them know, like, okay, like, we were talking, I have a dude now, like, I mean, that's it, that's all. Like,
people don't know how to communicate, though. That's the problem. That just leads back to people don't know how to communicate.
Right, like, why just stop talking to somebody and then have them wondering, like, what did I do wrong or what? Like, you just don't do that to people.
Or, like I said, people are scared of confrontation.
Yeah, and I know something. A lot of people were saying, like, oh, well, such and such was crazy, and she probably would have did this, that, and the third. But even the text message goes a long way. Like, if you didn't want to do it face-to-face, but to just stop all communication, that is so weird to me. And I did not know that this was a thing with this generation of people just...
We're surrounded by a generation of idiots.
Yeah, basically.
We're surrounded in a generation where a lot of people will start ghosting people because they feel like that's a trend, that's a thing. They feel like they have some type of... They're some type of pedestal, like, oh, you're beneath me. I don't have to reply back to you if I don't want to because I'm the shit type of thing. You see what I'm saying? I got plenty of options, so I could just hit you up when I feel like it type thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But I heard people that say that they was ghosts, like, see somebody later and the person would be like, I'm sorry, it was my fault. You was a cool person. It was nothing on you. It was just me. Like, you was going through something or something. So why not just... You could communicate that now. Why couldn't you communicate that then? Like...
Because they're not as mad about it then. Well... now in comparison to then.
Like, yeah.
But like I said, I feel like a lot of people put themselves on a pedestal. Like, and okay, let me break it down. Guys will do it, for example, like, oh, he put himself on a pedestal. He'll start talking to one person, right? Mm-hmm. One person will start talking to him. And then next you know, he'll be like, oh, I found another situation. I'm just ghost this joint because I'm the shit. I could just cut Shorty off. I don't even have to give her no explanation. And the female wise is like, oh, this guy give me attention, this guy give me attention. The guy constantly going to give attention, like, I'm going to just ghost him. I'm not giving an explanation because I don't need to give him no explanation type of thing. You see me? I'm like, what's up with you? This not from. Like, I ain't obligated. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And then you wonder why. I mean.
But that's this newer generation. The older one, no. Because the older generation, I think it was more of a sense that communication was more so, I want to say limited. Like, we didn't have this frequency thing where you could just constantly be on social media to entertain you all day and all that, or like messaging back and forth between people. It wasn't as simple or easier to do it like as it is now. So you value that interaction with people, if that made any sense, more back then than in comparison to now.
Right. But it's just like, even now, I just feel like a text message is one shot away. Like, if you feel like that person is violent, if you feel like it's not going to end up well, if you tell them face to face, text them. I feel like this isn't working, or whatever the case is. But just to ghost somebody, now that never happened to me, and I never did it to anybody. So when I was reading the comments and seeing, I'm just like,
Happened to me a few times. Happened to me a few times.
You probably did it a few times too.
No, I really did.
But no,
I'm actually respectable. I really will, like, let you know if why I'm not going to communicate with you anymore. I'll let you know, like, it won't be out of the blue, but that did happen to me a few times before. And then I always get the random stuff back later down the line, and it's like, why you think it's okay to even interact with me now?
Oh yeah, because now
I just haven't
you're
heard
doing
from you.
this, that, and the third.
I haven't heard from you in months for no reason whatsoever.
Right. Oh, now you look like you're in such a happy relationship and you're doing so much. Hey, let's try to talk to you. Like, what? You just ghost me? Like, you can't come back? Like, the fuck?
Oh, fish at him.
Yeah. What? Like, yeah, but that, I'm not going to, I mean, that never happened to me before, and I never did it to anybody. Like, yeah, before me and him started talking, I was talking to people, but once we made that official, if somebody hit me up, yo, you want to chill? No, like, and then I will let it be known, like, I have a dude now. Like, that's all you have to tell them. That's it. That's all. And just the way that they take it. I mean, take it how you take it, but at least I told you, and I gave you the respect to tell you. But just not telling nobody nothing and just ignoring them, that makes people start being insecure. That makes people thinking, what did I do wrong? Like, why are you not? And they probably ain't do shit wrong.
But that just goes back to what I just said. People put themselves on a pedestal. They feel like they have more confidence in themselves. More, they feel like, oh, I could just cut you off, start talking without getting an explanation. Because if they start getting to where they start explaining themselves and all that, they feel like a lot of people feel like they have nothing to like put themselves on the pedestal in life because they might not finish school, they might not be in the right places, like as far as like living wise and work wise. So they have to do something to put themselves on a pedestal. So to feel like they're like on a hierarchy as far as like they social interaction, to where how they control them, to where like I only explain stuff to people that I feel like I don't have to explain it to certain people. That I feel like I'm the shit. I don't have to explain shit to you, type of thing. To where I feel better about myself because I feel like I'm something, type of thing.
Yeah, and like once, okay,
I might be overthinking it, but
yeah, and then there's one, you might be. I mean, they might just really just don't know how to communicate. But this one person should have known how to communicate. They probably would have had a whole better life, because this one comment was like they got ghosts. They didn't know why. They see the person a couple years later and they like, oh, well, I wanted kids in the family. You didn't seem like you was on that, role. Like, you didn't want that. It seemed like you more so wanted, like, a career. But here's the thing. The person wanted the kids in the family, too. So if you would have just communicated that to that person,
could have figured something out.
Y'all probably would have had a kid, a family, and a marriage and everything right now. And y'all both would have had great careers. But instead, you decided to just ghost them and not talk to them. Like, that's, like you said, like, communication is a big thing in relationships, period. And I feel like if you can't communicate, don't even try to step to me, because what is there? It's nothing there with me. Like, communication is everything.
Right. And
opening up and knowing people. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. But I want y'all comments below. Like, y'all ever been ghosted? Like, you ever ghost somebody? And for what reason? Like,
I ain't do it.
Why did you do it? Why do you think that I never, what? I just said I never ghosted nobody, and I never been ghosted, so I don't really, like...
I've been ghosted a lot.
Never knew that was a thing. But when I was reading them comments, I was just like, wow.
It's cool. Too thick for y'all anyway.
He good now. You ain't need them. You ain't need them anyway, right?
I was bony back then.
I know. Now look at you.
I was nice and bony.
Started from the bottom, now you're here. Dick with 2 C's. It's all mine, so it's cool. Thank y'all for ghosting him, or he wouldn't be here right now, and I wouldn't have this one. Sorry you got ghosted, but it helped me out in the long run.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You're welcome.
Let us know. And don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share. And we sorry we ain't dropping a while, but,
it's our fault.
It's been busy.
It's our fault. I'm like, yo, we gotta make a video. She's like,
I be tired. Look at what time you come home. Crazy. Deuces. Say bye-bye.
No.